Hello and welcome to Kino, the live broadcast that is all about film. We cut the crap, keep it simple, and hopefully entertain you along the way. Today, we'll be delving into Jordan Peele's The Twilight Zone revival, talking to an aspiring actor, reacting to Neil Breen's Double Down, and updating you on some of the hottest topics. But first things first, here are our girls, Polly and Frankie, ready to discuss Jordan Peele's recent work.
Hey, what's up? And welcome to Hidden Show, where me and Frankie talk about what we loved
and hated
at the movies. Tonight we discuss Jordan Peele. With multiple Oscar nominations, a producer credit for Spike Lee, and 2 hit horror films, Peele is a force to be reckoned with and one of the best African-American directors of his time. And who'd have predicted it?
Certainly not me. So, let's start with Get Out. In Peele's debut film, it starts off as an innocent family trip to see the parents, but ends with the protagonist trying to fight for his life.
It's a very original script executed for the horror genre, and it's really funny, which is something quite different when it comes to horror. What did you feel like when you were watching it? Because I know you really hate horror movies.
I felt unsettled when I was watching it, but I would jump every now and then, but it would kind of be more of a laugh, you know, rather than actually being terrified like from actual real scary horror movies.
What did you think about the cinematography?
I thought that the cinematography was amazing. Toby Oliver. My favourite shot, personally, would have been the push-out shot in which the family first enter. I can't even remember the girl's name. What is her good name? No.
I don't know, Rose.
Oh, in which the family enter Rose's home. You just feel like this eerie, like it's like an eerie establishing shot, and you just know immediately that there's something gonna go wrong. There's something that is going wrong, and it's just not right. Get out, basically.
So hit or shit?
I'd say a hit. What about
Agreed.
you?
Definitely, it was great.
Yeah.
Which leads into us, a holiday gone wrong when the family's doppelgangers show up. It starts off quite similarly to Get Out, like woodland shots, creepy music that then turns into hip-hop music, the characters are driving, and the similarity stops there. Get Out was a tightly knit concept, but Us turns into this huge universe that raises more questions than answers. I really think it would have worked better if it focused more on like the personal horror of the Wilsons rather than focusing on this big world of like doppelgangers and all of that. Yeah.
I would say it was more close to the usual kind of horror classic, with the same sort of tropes and iconography, with the big scissors, the rabbit, fire. It's more like that of The Shining or Rosemary's Baby.
Peele really evolved as a filmmaker. You could see like clear authorship.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that 90% of the characters are African American, but nothing in the script says that they have to be, is something very important and something that Hollywood should really talk about.
I quite enjoyed Us, and I had a lot of fun. It wasn't as good as Get Out. Get Out was more it was more original.
Mm-hmm.
You came with no expectations and you were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
And Us, you kind of had some things that you expected from the movie, and when they fell short, you were a bit like, hit or shit?
Middle. I don't know. I don't really know.
I quite liked it.
Yeah. Now on to The Comedian. It's the revival of the 1959 CBS The Twilight Zone. Takes you on a journey through time and dimensions.
The Comedian plays for thrills on the same basis as the first ever episode of The Twilight Zone called Where Is Everybody? The character goes through this madness where they understand less and less, and there's just a bunch of confusion and nobody really knows what's going on. I did quite enjoy like Jordan Peele. Like, he was a great narrator and he really like personalized the story.
Yeah.
Made it nice and like
Yeah, he added like a modern twist on it as well, which
exactly
was I think like it needed it. I mean, obviously the original like
it's a bit corny, like
yeah, a bit corny. I think that it needed this original touch, especially Jordan Peele. It has a lot of potential, but I think that they need to stop with the sexual references and swearing. It's just a bit too much, especially considering that the original didn't have this.
Yeah, and I feel like they were just trying so hard to get to the young audience, where like if they were more natural, it would translate better. But there's loads of great stars on there: Tracy Morgan, Adam Scott, Jessica Williams. Who knows? This could still turn around. What do you think, Frankie?
Shit.
Yeah, I don't really like it. That's all we have for today, and see you all next week. If you watched any of these movies, hit us up on Instagram or Facebook. And yeah, let us know your thoughts. See you next week. Bye.
Well, whatever happens next with The Twilight Zone and with the horror trilogy, I think we can all agree that we can't wait to see what Jordan Peele does next. Now, I'm going to be talking to our special guest, Warren Chalebi. Warren, hi. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, Douglas. Thanks for having me.
Warren is an aspiring actor. Warren, what inspired you to take up acting?
So initially, as well, it was a lot of fun. I found acting a lot of fun from a young age, and then also I wanted to kind of show people from where I come from that they can do whatever they want with their life.
Wonderful. Warren, do you have a dream role? Any character?
Yes, it would be Spider-Man
Okay.
because I'm really into comics, so he's my favourite superhero. Definitely
Wonderful.
love to play him.
Would you play him American or would you play him British?
I'd probably play him American because authenticity.
Okay, that's fair. That's
He's
fair.
from New York. Yeah.
You got to stay true to the character. I understand.
Exactly.
Well, you've been in a number of high-profile projects as an extra. Could you tell us about some famous actors you've worked with and what they're like?
So I've worked with Tom Felton, really great guy. Also Danny Dyer. So those would be probably two of the biggest names that people would know these days.
Wonderful. Okay. Wow. Tom Felton. What's he like?
Yeah, he's really fun. He's really great actor, a really great guy.
Okay, that's amazing. Wow, I'm jealous. Is there any role that you wouldn't do?
I probably wouldn't do anything that requires me to get naked.
Okay,
Just a little bit out of my comfort zone, so not interested in that sort of thing.
understand.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. You're born and bred in London, is that correct?
Born and raised, from Camden Town.
Okay, wonderful. Tell us, what is it that you do in London?
The things to do in London, I would say go down and go to music because there's plenty of music. And,
Okay.
A lot of art as well, so great art scene here.
Nice, okay.
And great pubs.
Wonderful, okay. What's your favorite pub?
Favourite pub? The Elephant's Head.
The
Camden
Elephant's
Town.
Head.
Yeah.
Okay, in Camden Town. Got it. Okay, I'll have to be sure to visit. Do you think London is a hard place to be an actor?
London can be pretty tough. There's a lot of competition, a lot of really good actors here. So
I see.
it's quite difficult.
Last summer you worked on a Netflix series, is that right?
That
Can you
is
tell us
right.
about the differences between working on a Netflix series and a more conventional TV show?
I mean, the shooting works pretty much the same. I'd say the main difference is just the way people consume the show.
Okay.
So people watch Netflix differently to regular TV. Where Netflix they can binge watch, regular TV they tune in every week.
Of course. Well, you've had some real success as a young actor. Can I ask, what's some advice that you would give to someone starting out in the creative industry?
Sure. So I would say to them, just keep on going because it's not going to be easy. When people put you down, just keep your head held high and when you get there, it will be great.
Were there any times when you wanted to give up?
At times there were, but especially when you go a long time without work and you think, oh, this is not the career for me. So definitely, I've been there.
Of course, haven't we all? But you've done some wonderful work recently, and I understand that you're working on a big project with the BBC. Can we ask a little bit about that?
Sure. I can't really go into major details. So it's a TV crime drama.
Can we find out what genre?
TV crime drama is TV
Crime drama. I'm sorry, pardon me.
That's
And
okay.
can we learn who you're playing at all?
So I have the main role
Okay.
in the drama in the series.
Are you? Would you say a cop or a villain?
I'm a cop, and I'd say what you'd call is a dirty cop.
Okay, a dirty cop.
Yeah.
Well, you heard it here first. Warren, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Be sure to look out for Warren's upcoming new project. I'm very excited for it myself. So, what's going on in the film world this week? We check it out on Kino Updates. We've got quite a few releases this month, starting with Disney's Aladdin. Can it live up to the hype of the original? We're a little bit more excited to see Olivia Wilde's directorial debut, Booksmart. Two funny women coming on an coming-of-age adventure. This sounds like Superbad, but in 2019. We still have no news from James Cameron's Avatar sequels, even though he's been shooting them for like 10 years. Apparently, the underwater technology needed for the film hasn't been invented yet. Speaking of Avatar, It's looking more and more likely that it's about to be dethroned as the highest grossing film of all time. The box office behemoth that is Avengers Endgame is slowly closing in, with audiences rushing to the theaters to watch the culmination of 22 films and a 10-year story. Now we're going to move on to Game of Thrones. We asked viewers who they think is going to sit on the Iron Throne. 25% say they don't care. 49% think Daenerys needs to sit on it for about a second, and 26% say they wouldn't count out Sansa. Here at Kino, we're crossing our fingers for Jon Snow, but with only one episode left and 2 dragons down, who knows? It really is anybody's game. Well, that was our Kino update. We have a question for you weekly, so don't forget to check out our Facebook. Up next, our lovely Kino reactor, Paul, put scenes from Neil Breen's Double Down under a magnifying glass to give us his brutally honest opinions.
Hello, I'm Paul, and today I'm subjecting myself to the peyote trip that is Double Down. Written, directed, and starring Neil Breen. Lovely stock footage of some clouds here. He who controls the spice controls the universe.
My name is Aaron.
I can't narrate with my eyes closed.
I always thought I was doing the right thing and preparing for life.
But now I take peyote and live in the mountains.
In computer science, I joined the military and became a fighter pilot, and won many medals for distinguished service.
Is he supposed to look like he doesn't know where he is?
I've always lived between this world and the other.
So peyote is definitely involved.
I'm now a covert agent, a mercenary for any nation that wants to control another.
It's a very brave move to incorporate your B-roll into the intro. Wow, wild parkour, dude.
I met the love of my life when I was 7.
When
and
you were
stayed
7?
with her
Or when
forever.
she was 7?
We loved each other, and we're getting married.
Congratulations. Well, I'm struggling now.
I joined my country's secret strategic support branch of the Defense Intelligence Agency
Oh, they gave me with these
To fight
plastic
terrorism
toys.
around the
Nice
world.
boots.
and became the best agent they ever had. I developed a way to control any computer or satellite the government had. The fact that I became so individually, electronically powerful scared my government as well as others.
I hope he realizes that you could just open another tab.
It was that power that caused them to assassinate my fiancée and break my heart forever.
So he's not getting married?
It caused me to reevaluate what I was doing for my country, and that maybe other countries would be interested in my services.
Ah, so it's not peyote, it's heroin. Yeah, save that for later, mate.
After all, I controlled access to the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency.
He just made all of that up.
I control access to anything and everything, even from my little simple, brilliant setup.
I suppose sleeping under rocks does constitute simple. Yes, keep showing us more fake typing. It's even more thrilling than 2 computers. Ah, so that's what happened to the Boomo thing.
Raising a family, contributing my knowledge to society. Now that, and love is gone forever.
Oh mate, what are you doing?
I don't need much to live on anymore. I just eat tuna out of the can and live in the car.
There's nothing more pathetic than a grown man spilling canned tuna all over himself. whilst
I
driving.
can tap into any government secret system. By
So this
way
was
of
a
my
little
computers,
sneak peek
cell phones,
of
and
Double Down by
satellites.
us from Kino
Hell, I invented
Reacts.
half the systems.
We'll be continuing clawing our eyes out, and hopefully you can join us. Next week, we'll be watching Alien Private Eye, where a Michael Jackson alien comes down and solves crimes.
That was something else. Sadly, that's all from us this week. We hope you've enjoyed hearing our thoughts on all things Kino related. See you again next week.